Hi, my name is Gabe Douglass. I'm a first-year TPT student here at Campbell University, and this is my mom, Nam Douglass, and she's a partner at Garfinkel Immigration Law.
I got my law degree from Campbell. I graduated in 2011, and now I'm an adjunct professor teaching immigration law. When I went to law school as a mom. So I had two young children and a husband, and I was trying to balance everything. And I was worried about missing out, or that I wasn't giving everything all the attention it deserves. I would remind myself that your family cares about you, they want the best for you, you're all in it together. And so for all students to know that their support system is there for them and is proud of them.
I think my mom's experience through grad school, I got to watch her go through grad school. I got to see how hard she worked. And so that was overall inspiring to see like how she was able to balance being a mom, especially with me and my brother, are not always the nicest to each other, or the calmest bunch to be around. And so seeing how she was able to balance that and be there for us while still pursuing her dream was something that was inspiring. And we talked a lot about it when I was applying and when I was an undergrad of like, is this something I can do? Is this a path I want to go down? And she was always encouraging and always supportive and made me feel that it was the right choice and that I had the ability to do it. And she knew that I had the ability and just instilled that confidence in me.
I really enjoyed being back at Campbell as a professor, to have the opportunity to share with a community that gave me so much, and to carry on the tradition and the values of excellence in education, and also be able to bring my real world experience. I think one of the things that Campbell Law in particular is known for is really equipping their students to be prepared to take on a practice and to provide real world hands-on experience and information. And so that's what I'm hoping to share with my students. If I were to give grad students some advice, I think it would be to make sure that you have time for fun. Grad school can be really stressful. We have a lot that we're trying to accomplish in a small amount of time. There's always, competition, even with yourself, to do the very best to get that internship. But I think it's equally important to stop, take breaks, do things that bring you joy, and have the opportunity to just give yourself the space to breathe and then come back again at full charge.
One thing I think my mom might not realize is all of the different facets that we're learning that might be similar to law. When I think about law, there's so many different paths that you can go down. For you specifically, you went down immigration, but there's civil, criminal, business, things like that. And we're doing something very similar here at Campbell. There's so many different pathways that we might be able to go down, whether it's peds or neuro or cardio, palm, things like that. And so I think while there's a lot of different, there's just a lot of similarities. And, as a student, figuring out what you're feeling called to and what passion you have and what direction you want to take in a career.
I think one thing he might not realize that is also similar with PT is that it's about issue spotting and knowing what questions to ask. So just like the law, where we're wanting to ask our clients what's going on, get the facts, understand the situation so we can correctly guide them forward. As a PT, you're really doing the same thing. You're diagnosing a problem or an ache or a pain, and working, once you have all those facts, to find the best way forward for your client.
Well, one thing I wish lawyers knew is that we spend a lot of time talking about the law and like what we're allowed to do and where, our practice is focused and how we are actually able to help patients. And I would have to say, through the first couple of semesters, I think at least once a month, one of our professors talks about, you are not allowed to be a professor. You are allowed to be doing this. And so that I think is something that people might not know, that we do talk a lot about, the law and what we are allowed to do within the law.
A part of the job of lawyers is to make sure that other professionals can do their jobs safely and feel confident in how they're able to serve their clients, to know when to give advice and when to ask them to perhaps consult with another professional, but that really our goal, just like theirs, is to keep their patients safe.
I chose Campbell TPT for a number of reasons. When I was looking at schools that I was applying to, I wanted to find something that I thought not only suit my passion and suited my values, but also would push me to be the best version of myself that I can be, to be the best physical therapist that I can be. I knew about Campbell when I was applying. My mom always spoke so highly of the professors, the culture that was built, how beautiful it is down here. And so I think all of those things culminated in a perfect way here. And it showed me, when I was applying, when I was talking to students, to talking to faculty, that yes, this is the place that's going to push me to be the best that I can be, that's going to help me pursue my passions no matter what those may look like. Campbell has helped me live out my calling in so many different ways. I think giving back to the community is such a valuable aspect. And so I've already gotten to do that in my first year with community wellness and things like that, helping people maybe in the underserved community. They can come to Campbell and get treatment, and people are going to be here to support them through all of their different ailments. I've also gotten to work with young athletes. We worked with the Special Olympics at Campbell during Campbell Community Care Day, and I was buddied up with somebody, and just that experience working with, a pediatric setting and the sports setting was almost like the perfect meld of everything that I'm passionate about. And so getting to do that at Campbell, when not many other places really offer that. And so that was something that I was really excited to do.
I think that in 10 years, Gabe will have launched himself into a successful career, whether that is working with professional athletes or working with young athletes. I think that he has both the determination and the people skills to really allow him to follow whatever path that dream takes him down. I would just tell Gabe to keep working hard, keep pursuing your dreams, and that, there's not really a step backward. It's just a time to regroup and plan your next step forward.